one of the ways toward a spiritual awakening is for us to engage in love. A love that is greater than that which we experience through the body, through the senses. A love that can only be experienced through pure consciousness, through pure awareness. And that kind of love can happen through devotion. It can happen through bhakti. Bhakti like the gopis around Krishna. Bhakti like you and your guru, if you have one already. They say when you fall in love, you can do some pretty crazy things that are pretty irrational and they don't make any sense. So when we engage in that love affair with that with which we are enamored, there is no end to this. It is limitless. And it's the love of a kind, because that love is always ever expanding, as opposed to a love that is going to shrink wrap you. This is a love that wraps you in cotton wool and gives you a feeling of levity. It's a love that is creative. It's a love that is generative. It's a love that will turn the diseased into healthy. It is a love that evolves. And this love, friends, we can experience when we are on a spiritual path, when we engage in bhakti. So if, for example, you have a deity or an angel, an ascended master, or say he's a guru, like my guru is Shirdi Sai Baba, right? So although I was born in a Sikh background, I fell in love basically. And it took me through many stages. But what drove me was love. So what drives us is love. And eventually, there is no need for one another. That's the beauty of this love. The kind of love and the kind of bhakti that we share, this devotion that we have towards our spiritual awakening, which is our bhakti, whether the awakening comes from a particular calling card, say it's Shirdi Sai Baba, Krishna, Jesus, any calling card, right? Or say it's a teaching. Eventually, that calling card falls away because there is no need for the card. It was just a calling card, right? You realize you and the card are one. You and that which you are devoted to are one. If you're devoted to your spiritual awakening, you're one with it because you're already awake. If you're devoted to your guru, you realize the guru within you, you awaken to the guru within you, and so there is no need to hold on to that form of the guru, right? When we hold on tightly to anything, it's not love. Love, as we experience it in our devotion, in our bhakti, has no sense of self in it. It's the energy, we can say, that gets all these atoms to start moving, right? It's what moves everything. It creates that where we were at the rest position of potential, it starts to start mingling, right? So imagine you've got photons, electrons, atoms, and everything needs a push. It needs to be moved. How will that happen? With the force of love. And it's not I love you. It's not saying I love you. It's an awareness. It's an awareness of this beautiful creative energy, creative force. It's pure Shakti. That level of bhakti literally takes us to Shakti. It takes us beyond, and that in itself is sufficient to lead us on to the great void, to lead us on to the great awakening, which is who we are. We have always been awake, right? So the question is whether we've been aware of it. These are all semantics. We can all use different words, different language, right? But try to cast the words aside, but try to listen to what I'm not saying, or listen to what is beyond that sound. There is something else. And it's that which, when we awaken, which we can call our clairaudience, clair sentient, clair, all of these lovely things that are there, that we can hear. We can hear the frequency of earth, right? We can hear things not just with this ear, but there is just, and that is our awareness. So bhakti is an extremely potent form. My bhakti is you. Yes, I am devoted to you. My devotion rests with you, and it is you that keeps my devotion in place and necessary, so that I can be feeling anything I am, but the devotion makes me show up, right? That's devotion, that's love. And that's the kind of love, the very all-encompassing. So I leave you with one thing today. Do a checklist in your life, and every time you're going through the motions in your life or in your awakening, find out, am I acting from a consciousness that is uniting, or am I acting from a consciousness that is dividing? Without judgment, right? And see how it goes from there. So much love. Thank you for giving me a slice of your time today. Take care.